Hello.
Here we go. Alright. Do you want to start off with your name for us?
My name is Kodiak Kashevarov.
And your reason for running?
I want to stabilize the economy and make sure. I have an entire speech if you want to hear that first.
Either or. Yeah, it's up to you. You can decide.
Well, TDR, I want to keep the economy stable. I want to bring the fire department out of debt, stabilize the police department because, no offense, Saber, it has its issues. And yeah, I want to. Okay, actually, all this stuff is in my speech, so I'll start that.
Alright, go ahead.
All right. My name is Kodiak Kashevarov. Do not view me as a park ranger, a business owner, nor for I was in any other towns. I am a citizen, a townsfolk, just like you. I'm here to represent you, to be a bridge from the people to the government. My interests rest in the people. There are many things I want for this town, starting with public works. Construction would open up jobs and employees for public works would benefit the economy. Public works would manage trash, clean up roads, and fix our roads that sit in disrepair. I want to keep the fire department and the police department funded. Our law enforcement actively keep us safe, but just barely. They need funds for things such as better wages and building facilities that they so desperately lack. Funds will be procured from the government and potentially from any other means such as donations or taxes. Our fire department and its brave volunteers render aid when EMS is not available, but they lack equipment and proper funds to keep themselves afloat. Losing the fire department would put a detrimental blow in our town. We cannot see that they lose. I want to impose better pay for our townsfolk. The lumbering and mining jobs pay compares poorly to any other jobs which you don't need to think for. While making non-thinking jobs force you to take a break every hour. However, unpopular, I strongly believe this will keep our economy stable, unlike many towns before us. Community days for citizens to get documents from clerks. So many citizens walk around without legal documents, not because they want to, but because they can't get a hold of any government employees capable of handling their documentation. This will be solved by having set days where citizens can walk into the clerk building knowing ahead that a clerk will be on call. Felon reforms, of course. This is a complicated matter, but I truly believe some people regret their actions. So through a series of ways, such as working for public works, with due time and the confirmation of a judge, can get one charge at a time dismissed. This process will be strenuous, but will ultimately be worth it for any citizen in an effort to fix what mistakes they've made. I want hunters to sell meat to restaurants. Lodging meat is processed and travels from states over. I believe a healthy economy could be achieved from encouraging townsfolk to purchase goods from each other instead of the government logi, whose money does not benefit us. Community-based businesses bring vastly less money than those focused around another citizen's wallet. I think community businesses should receive small spends to keep them stable. After all, community is where our town is strongest. Interaction and conversation between citizen to citizen is where our town matters most. What are we if we don't live? None of this can be done alone. I don't know everyone's own grievances or thoughts, which is why I will elect a small council to oversee your issues and grievances with me. I need you. Make your thoughts public, and I will achieve results. Thank you for hearing me. The future of this town is yours to decide. And that is my speech. I kind of stumbled a little bit, but my brother was actually staring at me. All right, and yeah, that's speech. I will forward it to you later, too.
From the anonymous questions box, we have no questions for you.
Oh.
Alright, wait, we have one.
What is it?
Email's being a little slow.
Okay.
Yep. What do you plan about doing to businesses that are monopolizing the market?
Monopolizing, like, how? Because anybody can open a business to sell what another business has. Unless, like, it's restricted, like guns, for example, like my store.
For instance, the cassette store selling cassettes for $20.
I truly don't think that as much as a monopoly as anybody else could open up a cassette store and sell their cassettes for cheaper. There's competition, but if people don't have a competition, people can list their prices for as much as they want. So if there's truly a monopoly, you can open a business about it, and then there'll be competition, which would drive prices down further, which could also help benefit the economy, make it competition, make it a healthy economy. I think that satisfies that question.
On the opposite side of the spectrum here, what about businesses selling so low no one else can enter the market?
That is an exceptional question. That is something that I have not thought about, but it's something I definitely think I should acknowledge later down the line. For example, Thomas Thornaway's store, they sell. I went to the store once, and I think there's a hammer for like $3. Now that is very cheap, and I don't think any other business could like potentially profit from that, unless they had like a good marketing campaign. So down the line, there'll potentially be perhaps like a minimum price, because right, like I don't know what exactly like a box of nails go for, but I do think there needs to be like a set limit, because like at one point with how low the prices are, they just don't like make sense. Like the comparison, plug or not, I sell wood axes for $17.99. Any other store could have come by and sell them for like $6. So I'm pretty sure they cost like $5 from Logi. Now that would suck for me, and it wouldn't necessarily be profitable for them unless they just wanted to like, you know, like try to throw me out of business, lower my profits. So I think down the line with a select council, we would discuss this at length and potentially put like a minimum pricing on specific items. I hope that satisfies that question.
Alright. Kodiak, from the audience, we have some questions.
Just a moment. Someone's speaking to me. Alright, what's the question?
Alright, from the audience, what is your stance against weed or other illegal substances?
That's such a diverse issue, but what I was thinking is down the line at some point, I will put out a public vote to get it legalized or keep it illegal. So then the power is in the people to decide. But states like Indiana, for example, they have heavy taxes on weed. So, I mean, while it would be unpopular with the people, there would be, if it was ever legalized, there would be taxes on it, but those taxes would go directly to funding future events, such as public works wages. So, in a nutshell, it'll be decided by the people, it'll be slightly taxed, and those taxes would go to fund public works. I hope that satisfies that question.
Another question from the audience. Do you have any intentional low fine amounts? The penalties are ridiculously high.
I discussed this at length with the Yellow Jacket Bar employees Saturday. I think, and I also wrote a handwritten message to the judge about it. He didn't say anything about lowering the fines other than talking about clerk work, because most of the fines come from people not having proper legal documents. But for fines of themselves, I read the penal code. It says like for speeding there's $100, but it's up to the officer's discretion. I think I'd lower it slightly, but also it's something of the matter where like instead of people are getting these fines, but they wouldn't be paying this much money if they weren't convicted of the crime in the first place. So I don't think it necessarily like the penal code's supposed to be like the fines were supposed to be like deterrence, right? I don't think it's necessarily the penal code that needs improved, other than just like the system on how people work in general. Like a lot of these fines were speeding fines. Now, like everybody else, I think on the main road at least, the speed limit should be increased slightly. If it was, I think it wouldn't be all this convictions of speeding charges. I hope that satisfies that question.
Let's see. Question from the audience. Will you be giving the sheriff's office cones and barriers to better help direct traffic during crime scenes or other instances?
That is something that would be decided with the help of the council. For example, Sheriff Samuel Faber is one of the top guys of the sheriff department. He could come to me and ask for like cones and stuff or like any other issues, and then I could consider it and either deny or approve it. But other than that, I do think the sheriff department should be given more equipment, like example cones and barriers, which plays into my speech when I was talking about how they need better funds and equipment. Hope that satisfies that.
A council question here is, if you're putting up a council, how do you plan to organize it?
I am still fleshing it out, but I'm thinking of having one person. So it's basically supposed to be like the council is my eyes and ears. It'll help me, because I can't be everywhere at once. Like I only know so much. With the help of the council, I'll know more, and we'll be able to infer from that what needs to be done. Like I'll have someone be the councilman of public works and like tell me anything they need for public works, for example. I'll have somebody be the councilman of maybe park rangers and law enforcement and tell me what things they need. For example, like I know we have like our chiefs and our superintendent, but the council would help like bridge the gap from them to me, like streamline the process, because essentially I am the bridge to the government, right? So with help of the council and you guys talking to the council, they will tell me what they need, and then I will tell the government what we need. Hope that answers that. Of course, this is still like in the air, like I still need to solidify, but over time I do hope to have like a functional council that can help advise me on what needs done and tell me what needs done.
All right. Let's see. Our next question from the audience here is, what are your thoughts on set prices for services, getting rid of competition within businesses?
So I want, like, I'm pretty sure this was a question earlier about like the super low prices. I think, so of course there needs to be competition, but the price can only go so low to where like their own store would not make a profit. Like, I hate to say it, Tom, but I'm gonna use your store as an example again. You sell hammers for $3. People will not go lower than that in price. So, and I don't think you necessarily make a huge profit on hammers too. Oh, $2. Okay, that that makes it worse. Okay, where was I? So your question was about set prices. I want there to be competition, And because of how the economy is, I don't necessarily think they'll be charging that low, because the economy is currently, like, from what I'm seeing, there's an excessive amount of money for some people, obviously. So like a minimum, like, I don't know what the hammer sells. I'm using the hammer as a example here. I don't know how much it costs to get it from logistics, but if you start going below how much it costs to get from logistics, I don't think that would be permitted. I think, in a nutshell, I think there'll be a set price where everything will have to be like a certain amount of dollars above logistics. Not by much, by like maybe like $2. Let's say $2 per unit, but like someone is playing noise in the background. But I hope that satisfies that question.
The second part to that question is that question. There it is. Considering how if prices were locked to each other and competition was removed, how would that become problematic later in your eyes? Especially with mechanics where pricing can get complicated, and some mechanics like to give things for free while others charge far more.
I think, okay, I gotta dice this question up a little bit. So on the case of people giving stuff away for free, I can't really do anything about that, because it's, you know, a person's decision. They're losing out on that profit margin. But it's something that will be played by ear, because I'm not entirely sure how much the people charge for stuff, because again, I'm not everywhere all at once. It's a case-by-case thing that I think will be adjusted over time. I'm sure it'll be adjusted more than once, but it's something that I cannot give a direct answer on yet, because again, I have yet to experience such an issue yet. So I'm sorry I cannot fully answer that question, but it's something that will be looked at over the course of like months.
Alright. Let's see. For any other questions, I am locking new questions down in 2 minutes. So get them out there. Another question is your thoughts on removing felony speeding and adjusting speed limit in certain areas. I think you partially went over this. But...
Yeah. So from what I heard from other people, it was inexperience on the police force. Because what someone read to me was felony speeding is, I can actually pull up the penal code right now, but it's when you're speeding and it endangers somebody else's life. Hold on, I have access to this, so let me pull it up real quick so I don't misinterpret this. Where is it? There it is. Right, let me find it. This is going to be civil law, I think. No. Where is this? I'm looking for the penal code, but
it's under laws and section. If you hit the community and then laws.
Am I looking at? Are we looking at a copy of the Kentucky State Penal Code? Is it civil law?
No. It is criminal law. Well, there was one under civil law, but there is
felony speeding. Where is felony speeding?
Felony speeding is VF06.
VF06. Hold on, send me the penal code you're looking at. For some reason, I don't think I'm looking at the right one. Oh, okay, it is. Great, got me. Oh, okay, I was looking at it. Actually, okay, that's kind of scary. Felony evading the police while using a motor vehicle. Oh, wait, no, that's not. Felony speeding. Driving at a speed that causes death or severe injury. So that's, to me, that doesn't sound like obviously has to cause death or severe injury to actually count. I'm looking through this. There's endangerment. A lot of these say that actually has to cause injury or harm. So the fact someone got a felony on that, I think should be lowered to a misdemeanor, because unless it actually caused harm, it shouldn't count as a felony. So that sounds like it was inexperience on the officer's part, which just means you need to train better, and we could potentially revoke that felony to whoever it is. They can reach out to me and we'll see what I can do about that. All right, I hope that answers that. Oh wait, felony public endangerment. I think, okay, for that then, I think it's more like if they're doing the crime while civilians are around, then yeah, it'd count. But I don't think. Okay, here's the thing. This is a convoluted matter that cannot be sought out after. This is a matter that cannot be solved during a speech. Obviously, this is something that will have to be looked at. Because I mean, I don't know what exactly the person was doing when they were charged, but I do not think, unless I actually hurt somebody, I am thinking it should not be a felony. If it actually results in someone being harmed, or like you like hit somebody when they're in their car, then it'd be a felony. But if it does not actually cause harm, then unfortunately from the legal side of things, I do not think it should be a felony. But I will go to, I will ask Judge Sunny Shine what he thinks about that. Alright, I hope that answers that question.
Another one from the audience is breaking the sorry, let me repeat that. Breaking the console down into sections like business, ranger, police, public works, etc. Is that how you plan to do that?
I think, okay, yeah. We sent that business, ranger, police, public works. So it's something where I want the council to cover a broad area. Potentially, they'll all be mixed together and they'll just pick and choose what they want to review. But I do think like the chiefs of each department should also come to me about what their grievances are. The council is kind of just there to simplify and peruse on their own what needs to be done. Like, I'd say a councilman, someone on the council would like be in a general area for like the civilian side. One councilman would be on the side for recreational. One councilman would be on the side for LAO stuff.
Alright. I believe that is all. Do you have any other last minute statements?
Someone just said they had a question and I would like to hear it.
If it is a genuinely good question, I'll let you, but okay. You can answer that one.
Alright, first, Herschel. I plan on making lumbering, like in my speech, I plan on making lumbering, mining. I did not include fishing, but I should have. I plan on making all those jobs pay improved, but it needs to be a point where the economy is still in a stable balance, because like the last iterations, you don't want a box of nails costing $50. And for Spoon, what are your thoughts about the wealthy class and the lower income classes? So that is something I cannot give a solid answer on, because no matter where you go, there's going to be richer people and there's going to be poor people. Can you not, bro? Okay.
Alright, any closing statements?
Hold on, someone was speaking in my eardrum. All right, so no matter where you go, there's going to be a wealthy class and a lower income class. That's nothing I can really fix other than giving people the opportunity to make more money by like raising manual jobs. So, because I mean, like I said, everywhere you go, there's going to be a wealth class and there's going to be a poor class. And that should answer that.
That's enough for you. Thank you for the speech. Yeah. Back to audience with you.